Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Now in the everyday carry community we tend to carry quite a bit with us on a day-to-day basis. Some of those can be quite large items. Generally they are smaller items that get in pockets, in bags, and being able to organise them effectively is key and is incredibly useful within our small niche community. Now, it just so happened that I'd been thinking about doing some more pouch content. A few of you had asked specifically about IFAKs and different pouches that you can use for them. And at the time, I just ended up talking to the awesome guys over at Vanquest, and they said that they'd like to send me a pouch. Now, I was super cheeky because I know about their pouches and I'm a huge fan of their pouches. And I actually asked if I could have two because I thought it'd be useful to show a comparison between two similar pouches and how they can be used separately perfectly for the field that these are both designed for. But I've also been using these wrong. I've actually switched them over so that they're used in a different manner, and they're both exceptionally good EDC pouches. So what we're going to have a look at is the FTIM pouch and the FATPack. This one primarily has been designed as an IFAK, whereas this one has been designed for your organiser for all your everyday needs. But as I mentioned, there is definitely a bit of crossover between these. The similarities aren't just in the build on the outside, but they can be used for the means that they're not necessarily designed for, and that's hopefully what we'll have a look at today. So let's turn the camera around and take a closer look. Now, as we do getting into some materials and some measurements, I think we'll probably start with the measurements first. First one here, so this is the FATPack. This comes in three sizes. You have a 7x10, you have a 4x6, and you have a 5x8. Now, I thought I'd get for me the middle one with this. So this is the 5x8. The version that we have here on this side, so this is the FTIM pack. This comes in two different sizes. You either have this in 6x9 or you have this in 5x7. With this one I decided to go for the larger one. This is the 6x9 pack, just to show you kind of the differences that you can get. So you can get this one a little bit bigger in this size and you can get this one a little bit smaller. But again, I think there are some good similarities between these, and that's what I wanted to show you a little bit more of, and then the subtle differences between them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the FATPack to one side for a second and show you this version, mainly because for the last couple of weeks I've been using this one to go to work and have this as my tech pouch. However, before I use this one, everything that was in here has also fit into this one, and I used this originally to start off with as a tech pouch. But we will also look at how this works perfectly as an IFAK. It's not designed to be a tech pouch, but I thought it'd be useful to show that. Now, materials wise, YKK zippers all the way through these. You're talking about Cordura, whereas there is a Cordura logo. I think it's on the inside actually. This is made from Cordura. Both of these come in 3 or 4 different colours. You have some plain colours, grey, black and coyote, and they're also available in this red colour as well. So if you did want to use this one, which I know I'm probably going to say this quite a lot, which is designed as an IFAK, and you wanted just to have this in grey because you were just going to use this for something, you know, other than, you know, medical equipment, you can do. But if you also wanted this one in red so that you could use this for medical equipment, you could do the same as well. All of the materials that you will find from Vanquest are all high-end, robust materials, mil-spec webbing on the side. It's all really, yeah, nice and high-end. The zippers on here, on the FTIM version, it has these closures on here, which are the YKK, the I ones. So if you wanted to put something on here to stop people from getting into it, then you can do that. And they all have these really nice pulls on here, which are super nice to be able to just open these. But if you wanted to, which we will actually, no, I'm not going to spoil that. You can just kind of rip this open. Last little bits as well, just kind of looking from the outside, because really as far as the outside is concerned, you have this main section here at the front which is nice and plain. There is a pocket behind here which is reasonably large. This goes all the way down to the bottom here. You can see there's just kind of the width of that, and then it comes about say 4/5 of the way up. but it is pretty large if you want to put some notes or anything into there. On the side, so what you have on one side is identical to what you have on the other. You have some PALS webbing on here so that you can attach things to here, or this can be attached to things. And then on the back you have some more PALS webbing again so that you can attach this to stuff. Nice, generously large grab handle here at the top, so if you've got this in things, you're throwing this around, this thing is on there, yeah, on there fast, that is not coming off. I like that they've also added some extra little features, just throwing in some of this nice hook and loop, so that if you want to batten down something on the side that maybe passes through these and then give it a little bit of extra fastening, they've thrown these in too. This piece of hook and loop here at the top will make sense in a second. Now when you open this is the bit that I was getting to before. So both of these feature a similar style opening. You can pull these down, sedate, you know, nice and relaxed, and you can open this up. Or on the inside here, where is it? There is a small little Velcro tab. So if you close this and have the tab on the outside, and then the tab on this piece of hook and loop there like that, if you ever need to get into this quickly, you can just, there you go, I've dropped something already, you can just rip that open and you can get into everything straight away. That was my little, I'll get that in a minute. Now this is open, you can see how this can perfectly organize all of your gear. The difference between the different sizes mainly is just this scaled down. This, what you see here, is very similar to how you see the others. So looking on this, the front, now I'm going to call this the front panel mainly because this is the bit that opens up. So on this lid here you have some slots. I've got a light in here. You do have staggered daisy chaining on here. Behind the back you have larger slots to put in larger or wider items, and then on the front here you have smaller ones so that you can fit smaller things on there. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's another one here, so there are 5 larger ones, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 smaller ones across the front. Through the back here, or let's call this the main section, you then have some more. Now I have used this as a tech pouch, so everything that's in here you'll see pretty much in all of my tech pouch reviews. Across the bottom there are 4 panels with elasticated webbing so that you can pass things through, and then into the sides. Now I'm calling these the sides because these are the bits that fold down, kind of splay across like that. You then have an additional one on the outside. Moving up into the center of the pouch, similarly to how you have it on that front lid, you then have wider slots behind and smaller slots in front. So here the wider slots, there are 3 wider slots and then 4 narrower slots, and then on the side you have similar. Now the narrower slots just come close to the edge, but just, you know, not enough so that you can, they're not going to be too large. In here, staple, I always keep some trauma shears, mainly because they're just useful. Places that you go into and they go, you can't bring a knife into here, but if you want to take some scissors, you can do loads of stuff with scissors. Mainly I keep a lot of, I keep these extra range bands with me, so with some scissors it's useful to cut them open. I have some extra pens in here. If I need a pen, I'll use this. If anybody goes, hey Randy, can I borrow a pen? I'll give them that. Behind each of these though, so if I just take out those Ranger bands and my wired headphones, there are 2 pockets behind here. So if you can see this here, this is actually a pocket that flares out, and it uses this elastic here on the front so that when you have something in here, it then just kind of battens that down. In the front pocket I have a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, but if I wanted to I could also keep my trauma shears in there as well. This has got plenty of room. In fact, look, I can fit 2 hands into there without any issues. Then behind here, this is where I keep a larger battery. So this is 20,000 milliamp hours. It just means that if I'm out, if I'm traveling and I need to recharge my laptop for some reason, if I need to do some work on the train whilst commuting, then I can use that there as well. The last little bit, so they do have these loops here at the top. This is quite useful if you want to add additional kind of lashing points on here, or if you need to hang this, or if you've got something that fits in this main pocket that's just a little bit taller, you can use that as a lashing point there at the top as well. So with the FTIM, you can fit an awful lot in here. You really can. Now let's get this closed back up again. We're just going to put that there on the side. There are my trauma shears which are fit in the front, and then I have this USB-C cable that I fit over the top. Close this up. Now, I wasn't struggling, well I was, that's only because I'd splayed those sides open. And then everything is closed and put away. This one primarily is designed for EDC, for all of your normal EDC gear. With the FATPack, this one's designed more so for medical equipment. However, as I mentioned, everything that was in here I originally carried in this. So similar form factor. Looking at the front with this one, there is this pocket here which is a little bit smaller, but this is the 5x8, whereas that is the larger version. If you get the larger version of this, then this pocket in the front is larger. You do have some PALS webbing on the front here as well, which I think is nice if you want to have that on there. And then you've also got, which I forgot to mention on the other one, which I just dropped, you also have some hook and loop here at the top. So if you want to put some sort of some notification on here that this is for a medic kit, or if there's a bleed kit, or if this is for, you know, whatever this is for, you can put that on the front. On the sides you have some more PALS webbing. With this one, because of the kind of less, I suppose with the PALS webbing on the side of a trauma kit like this, there's probably less that you're going to attach this to, and instead you might want to put gloves in here, you might want to put that sort of stuff, so that having these elasticated loops makes a little bit more sense for a trauma kit. Turning this over, as you can see, we've got some more PALS webbing through here so that you can then attach this to another bag. But then you also have these lateral ones here, so if you did need to put something through here so that you can turn this into a small, almost like a shoulder style bag that you want to carry if you're going into somewhere knowing that there has been some accidents, then you can attach it like that. One of the big differences is that this is designed straight away to be ripped open. The other one is, but with the other one, these zips, they close together here at the top. With this one, the zips come from the bottom through the seam and they stop here in the corners. So if you want to open this up, you can do. You can do it rather smoothly, rather contained and sedate, and you can open it up like that. Or if you need to, and certainly if it's an incident where there is some sort of medical trauma, you can hold on to this tab here. Oh, there's the Cordura tab. You can hold on to this here and just rip it, open it up, and you can get to whatever it is that you need. Now the similarities between these, hopefully you can see here. So you have this first panel here where you can put your items into, and then you have this here at the back as well. Now, very similar layout. If you want, as mentioned, I've used this for a tech pouch, but all of those cables fit under here perfectly. If you want to adjust this ladder system, you can undo the knot here at the end, so rather than going across every single one, you could do the first few so that it goes through these, and then the second one so it misses one to make it a little bit larger. All of this is completely, I'll say modular, but it's not really modular, it's just adjustable so that you can update this. If it is that you need to put gloves in here, if you need to put swabs in here, if you need to put bandages, all of that sort of stuff, they will all fit in, and then you can have them underneath like this. You can take these out, do with it whatever it is that you need to do with these, close it up, and you're done. For the tech pouch, it works awesome. I was really, not necessarily surprised, but I like to take things out of the comfort zone, and this works incredibly well out of its IFAC comfort zone just for regular EDC. Now, I'd say tech better. You're not going to be able to put maybe a torch underneath here and a couple of knives, unless maybe you put them through that way, but for the tech pouch, work flawlessly. Then moving back up onto here, so similar to the FTIM pouch, you have these straps here. Now the straps on here, there aren't as many options as you get with the FTIM pouch, but if you're putting large sterile strips into here, if you're putting in large pads, all of that sort of stuff, these will fit in here just great, so you can pull these out and you can get to them and you can use them as needed. Also down the sides, tourniquets, long bandages, all of that sort of stuff will be able to fit into here, and then you have these smaller loops here for things like your trauma shears. I'm trying to think of my medical knowledge of other things that you could put in there, but I don't know. An EpiPen you could fit through here as well. Now with the FTIM pouch, you then don't have these in the side, you just have these two. So this is very similar. You have this large pouch here, and then there is an additional one behind here, whereas with the FATPack you have these in the side. Again, if you want to put some longer items into these, you can do. Again, for EDC use, these were great because I can put my pens in here. I could also fit in a spare pair of reading glasses into one of these as well, so that whilst I'm in the office, which I didn't have in the other one, I took them out and put them into my bag. But if I wanted to have those reading glasses in here, then they're great. I can put a couple of pens down here, a stylus for my drawing board, all fit into here great. Everything that you saw in the FTIM pack, which let's just pick up for a second. Everything that you've seen in this fully fit into this one, and it worked just as well as the other pouch. Now these definitely are great. I think as far as pouches go, it's so useful to have one of these. For me, my go-to pouch always is something that I can put my tech into, and that's what I've been using this one for. However, as I've probably mentioned, I didn't start off using this one. I wanted to push myself to see if I could fit everything that's in here into this one and use this as a tech pouch. And it worked perfectly. There's no reason why. Now you do have to make some exceptions because it's not designed to be a tech pouch. It's designed to be an IFAK so that you can rip this open and get into the things that you need very quickly. But wouldn't that be useful if you got a tech pack that you could open very quickly and get to the things that you want to very quickly? It's that similarity between these two pouches, so that if you did purchase it for a specific reason, then at a later date maybe you updated it, that it turned into something else. Both of these work in very good fashion if you were to swap these over. Plus you've got the build quality that you expect from a company like Vanquest. Awesome pouches. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, full disclosure, these were sent to me by Vanquest. This is the first time that I've worked with them, but they were very open about the fact that they would like to get my full and honest opinion. So I'd like to think that I've given you that today. I haven't been, other than the fact that they've sent these to me, I haven't been paid to review these fairly. Hopefully I've given you a good, honest opinion about the, what you get from these and how these can be used. But I definitely want to say a huge thank you to Vanquest. You guys are awesome. And yes, of course, I'll leave their links below so that you can see more from them. I'll also leave some of my social media links here on Moorlander EDC and my sister channel, Moorlander Tactical. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. To organise that stuff is incredibly important, and also incredibly important. It's not important, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. It's easy. Let's use easy. Wow, I am getting warm now. That's better. We should probably turn the camera around and we should have to see a look at how these up my nose with a garden hose, you freaking chicken loving. Should we start that again? I don't have a garden hose with me at the moment, but if I needed to clean out my nose, that's what I'd use. Hi, I've got an itchy nose. But there's subtle differences in one. So this one here Oh my god, I'm going to punch myself in the face in a minute. I need to have a word with myself. Randy, stop being a knobhead. Alright mate, I'll stop being a knobhead. Sort yourself out. Let's do that bit again. Definitely a lot going into bloopers today. I'm not sure when this is going out. I think this might be going out on Wednesday. If you're watching this and it's not a Wednesday, then hey, how's it going? How's the day that you are watching this? Have you had a good week? Yeah. Hope you're all having a good week either way, whatever day of the week it is. So yeah, cool. I'll see you in a bit.